Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with the Hungarian Grand Prix review from our F1 2021 Fantasy League. Yeah. It was not a fun weekend for me, unfortunately. By far and away, we obviously, let's build up the scene just a moment. We put our Mega Driver on, we thought last race before the summer break, gotta use our Mega Driver, get that in there. I put it on Max Verstappen after Silverstone, thinking, you know, he's going to come back this weekend, fighting hard for the race victory, and I thought it would be a Red Bull weekend once more. Oh, how wrong I was. Verstappen, Mega Driver, Lando Norris, Turbo Driver, Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Latifi and McLaren. It was not a fun weekend. 37 points, including our Mega Driver, is by far and away, I think, the worst result we've ever had on this league. It might be the worst result anyone had on the league last week. It was an absolute disaster for us. The only, well, 2 drivers of our 5 managed to get into the points. Neither of them finished higher than 7th. You know it's a good weekend for your fantasy league when Nicholas Latifi is the one that carries you through in the end, obviously voiding Max Verstappen's Mega Driver at the end of the day. Now, I am also claiming this. You know, I haven't bought an Alpine hat yet, so we're rocking Renault this weekend as well. There, of course, if you want our sort of full review of the Grand Prix, Jamie and I will be live tomorrow, of course, with the full race sort of recap on the channel as well. There won't be a My Team video today. If you missed out on yesterday's one from Spain, I would definitely recommend going back and checking it out. Obviously, it was uploaded before the Grand Prix. I thought Hungary was going to be a bit of a boring one, so I thought people would come back and obviously watch it. But of course, Hungary was somehow ridiculous. And therefore, obviously, if you missed that video, it will be linked top right-hand side of your screens as well. Over there. I can't remember. It's one or the other. But yeah, make sure, obviously, you go back and check that out. That was another really, really good race as well, of course, there. And of course, a massive thank you for the continued support on the channel. But yeah, 37 points for ourselves. Max Verstappen, 24 points there with his Mega Driver. With Turbo Lando Norris, he scored -5, so that doubled up to -10. Charles Leclerc with -6. Perez with 0. And Latifi with 19 points there came in clutch for us at the end of the day there. And of course, McLaren as well, only Ricciardo in the Grand Prix. He finished 11th, I think. Well, no, he's been promoted to 10th, hasn't he? Because of or he might be promoted to 10th because of Sebastian Vettel's penalty or not penalty or disqualification. We don't really know at the time of recording this, of course, what is going on with that at the moment there. But not our day. Not our day to finish off before the summer break. It was not a fun time for ourselves. Let's have a look then. What was the maximum amount of points anyone was able to score? I'm sure there were some big scores coming from the weekend there. You know, if someone took a ridiculous team to the top. 351 actually was the maximum score anyone got, so that's not as impressive as I thought it would be. In all honesty, I was honestly expecting someone there to go with a ridiculously good team there. He megaed Hamilton, he had Ocon, Vettel as well, who still obviously scored his points. So he did technically get the top 4 in there, as well as Gasly, and somehow had Alpine in his team, so that is pretty well done for him. If he'd only turboed Ocon instead of Gasly, he would have scored even more points there at the end of the day. That could have been, what, another 21 points, so 372. Would have been ridiculous there for Sam C, so GG's to him. Only 2 people in the world managed to get that score at the end there. In terms of, though, of our league, let's see how well people did. We have now hit 400 members as well. I noticed that, actually, before I recorded this video. So a massive thank you to all of you guys that have, of course, joined the league. You know, we're still doing a bit more work behind the scenes with it. I've got a few exciting things planned ready for after the summer break as well, of course. So if you aren't already, there is the league code. Of course, make sure you do get yourself involved as well in the second half of the year there. But of course, it is still Omaraguz, at the top of your overall standings there, ahead of Damjan, Ariman, Josh, Leonardo, Bobby L, Mingles, and then you got Nyan Deep, Dustin, and Barack now sneaking into the top 10 there, just ahead of Laura as well. So very close now, you know, from sort of 2nd down to 10th place there, separated by, what, 23 points. It's getting mighty tight at the halfway stage of the year there. Obviously, Omaraguz dominating it out from there, 77 points clear at the top of your standings there as well. So GG's to him, absolutely just walking away with it at this stage of the year there. But there we go. That's how Barack was able to sneak himself up there, up the order massively there. 276 points from the weekend there. Only 4 of our top 10 actually using their Mega Drive there. Goes to show how crazy the Grand Prix weekend was there. So he obviously megaed Hamilton, turboed Carlos Sainz there as well. A very good job by him. Unfortunately had Lando Norris, but obviously this was the first time Lando all year hasn't scored big points for anyone there. And of course Ocon as well, GG's, and then Gasly, and obviously Ferrari as well. So a really, really good solid team by him. Generally looking at that, it seems like quite a decent team already. I think for everyone it was just a case of no one's really wanted to put Ocon in their roster over a lot of this year because he's been pretty up and down up to this stage of the year there. Tina as well in P2 on 225 points there. Again, Mega Driver Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Latifi as well. That's well in by you. And of course Schumacher and Raikkonen. So he's really, you put a lot of your budget into Mercedes and Hamilton there. But this weekend it paid off. You can see 225 points there, second at the end of the week. Fair play to Tina as well. Eric as well, the top scorer, not to use their Mega Driver. They had Hamilton again, McLaren, Vettel, Ocon Turbo though, GG's, well in there. And then Russell and Pierre Gasly as well. As a fantastic effort done by you. Dan as well with YOLO Doe Racing F1. Mega Driver Hamilton, Turbo Norris, that's a bit unlucky there. Verstappen, Russell, Ocon and AlphaTauri as well. And then Dustin as well, 212 points there. You've got to appreciate the 2-1-2 when it happens in the league as well. Turboed Hamilton, Mega Hamilton turboed Perez for a whopping 0 points. That's pretty heartbreaking. Ocon, Schumi, Gasly and McLaren as well there. And further down your top 10, Mohammed as well, 208 points there. Hamilton, Ricciardo, Sainz, Ocon, Gasly and AlphaTauri as well there. So GG's to Mohammed. And then we've got Jacob, Mario, Adam G and Ankit rounding out your top 10 there. Not a big scoring week for anyone really in at the end there, of course, with the exception of really the top 5, top 6 did really well, and then there's quite a big drop off. Normally a good team will score 200 points week in, week out there. TSJ 181. They've got Lando Norris there, Mega Driver Hamilton, Alonso as well, McLaren, Schumacher and Carlos Sainz. Further down the order there, Ethan's Team 3, 178 there. Divac on 177 as well, just behind me, because he was starting to get a little bit more closely bunched up further just outside of your top 10 there. Haiti Team 1 as well. Again, turboed Hamilton there. Mega Hamilton turboed Charles Leclerc, though. That's pretty heartbreaking, but had Ferrari, Gasly and Raikkonen to pick up the pieces as well. Barak as well, too late to clutch my main team. I'm guessing that's meant to say clutch. There you can see Hamilton again, Ocon as well, Alpine as well, so that's a really good roster there. If only you'd Mega Drive at Hamilton, that could have been a big scoring week as well. They're 282 points. That could have been as well. We got Mark in 21st ahead of another Mark in P22 there. Matthias tied in 22nd as well there. And you can see further down the order to get into the top 50 this week really wouldn't have required much at all. 128 points for a top 50 goes to show how crazy this weekend was there as well. It's making me feel a lot better, the fact that we did so badly at the end of the day there. You can see only 101 people are getting over 100 points. It really has spiced it up at the summer break there as well. Further down the roster though, you can see another Mega Driver there from Josh P. Or Mega Driver Bottas, that's gotta hurt, -9 as well. The Turbo Sainz for a bit of a recovery, and then Red Bull, Gasly and Raikkonen as well. Are there any other Mega Drivers that wasted it like me? Andrew M there as well. You can see Mega Verstappen. It hurts to be us, doesn't it, buddy? We can feel the pain there. Perez, Sainz, Norris, Raikkonen, and Ferrari once more. Any other Megas? I'm mainly having a look to just honestly to make myself feel a bit better at the end of the week there. Send It by Felix as well. Mega Verstappen, Turbo Norris. They've all fallen into my trap as well. Unfortunately, at the end of the day there, to make it into the top 200, you only needed 71 points, and I still didn't even manage that at the end of the week there. You can see further down the order, unfortunately, this league seems to get really funny once you get past about 250 people there. You can see you get down to 250, and then it just shows you below that. So unfortunately, yeah, for us, 37 points. It was not fun. It was not a fun weekend for ourselves there. Does mean, though, overall in the league, where are we currently sat then? Are we still top 200 overall? That's probably the big aim for me. No, we're not. 211. So we're almost at the 212. Technically, we're 212, actually, because Toby is ahead of us there. So I'm claiming that as the 212 as well at the end of the day there. But I think, yeah, really by the end of the year, if we can maintain top 200, make sure we stay in the top half of the league, I would be very happy with that as well, of course, there. But like I said, the top 10, very clear out in front there. There is still a lot to play for in the second half of the year. I'm not going to change our roster around now. We're actually going to wait towards sort of the end of the summer break, and then, you know, we'll sort of do like a second half of the season preview as well for you guys. Of course, 4 weeks now without Formula 1. What on earth are we meant to do as well with all our time? But obviously, let me know how well you guys did as well down below. It was a rough week for a lot of us. I think we can all appreciate that. But GG's to Esteban Ocon and the guys that turboed or Mega Drive at him. You've pulled off a worldie this weekend, so fair play there. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like. Get yourself subscribed as well. Join the league if you aren't already. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with more F1 Fantasy. Of course, none of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel members, so a massive thank you to the Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David, and Ben for becoming channel members. Of course, if you want to be featured in these end clips below, make sure you click that join button and you'll get access to some other exclusive perks as well.